Oh yeah, going live, going live, going live. Hello, are we live? Yeah, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy day. A fine day indeed. I took a large scoop of pre-workout right to the head before I came up here. I don't have my phone on me. That's fine. I don't need my phone anyway. So we're gonna see how long this lasts before the ants start crawling through my skin. Maybe that's not an optimum way to start my day, but you know what? It's only half started anyway. That's all good. But I'll say this, I can feel it creeping up like behind my eyeballs. That's a good sign. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, what's up, man? What's up? Welcome. Welcome, everybody. What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? What's going on out there? Welcome to a Monday edition. BS with B Hannas with me. I call myself Nikki B Hannas. Come out here live on YouTube in the mornings, a few times a week. I like to just talk about what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, what's going on. Maybe find something helpful, a little kernel of truth or a little small amount of wisdom and just throw it out here to the world. You know what I mean? Nice and easy. Usually I spend my mornings either waking up and walking and reading, or why is my angle so low? This looks fucked up. Yeah, maybe that's a little better. Yeah, I'll try and do some cool things in the morning, hopefully not rot away too much in a state of perpetual procrastination like many of us do, like I'm susceptible to do, but that's not a good way to start. And I don't got to get to work till about 10:30 or so. So, do a couple good things, come out, talk to the people, go lift some weights, go to work, handle my business, etc. And it's a Monday. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. Monday for me is like, all right, let's just lock in. Let's get back to it. I'm off Sundays. And then Monday is just, all right, we're back to it, man. We get back to the week. Whatever that week looks like for all of us, Mondays just is what it is, man. We fucking get right back on the road. And whether we love it or not, it is how many times in a row? How many times in a row can I say it is what it is? I'm not feeling it today. We still got the nice autumn foreshadowing out here. So it feels good. It makes my soul feel good. A little change of pace, break the monotony of the horrible dog days of summer. So that's a nice little thing. But otherwise, yeah, I ain't really feeling it today. It's a lie. There's a lot of people out here, I guess, allegedly, maybe, could it be, where every day should be, maybe we have this in us. At least I have it in me that every day I should be excited. I should wake up renewed and grateful and excited and, you know, positive. And I don't always have that. Some days I do. I feel like I had it a little bit Friday when I came out here and did my stream on Friday. I was in a decent mood. I was content, lighthearted, not going nuts, not cranky, not agitated. Dog, as soon as I leave my house, it changes. I get out of my neighborhood and get down to the road and well, here's the road work. Here's the road construction. They're repaving the entirety of this road. So I got to go all the way around. And it's just like, dude, unbelievable. That's what happens. And just like that, that's the kind of asshole that I am. I'll be good. And it's never going to end. It's never going to stop. So maybe because I'm complaining about it to four people here on my YouTube show, it's just my subconscious is manifesting it. So then it's making itself evident and visible everywhere I go. But man, I was blown away. I'm like, really? It's if this perpetual thing of road work that I detest, it triggers me to an inordinate amount. It's getting closer and closer and closer to where I live, to where I wake up. And I'm just like, dude, this is because I'm complaining out here. So maybe that's worth it to think about on a Monday. You know, the complaining. There's a famous Aurelius, one of the Stoics, one of the Stoic quotes. You know, never be heard complaining, not even to yourself. I've wrestled with that a lot. I feel like as soon as I leave my crib in the morning, when I wake up and do my thing, I'm happy. I'm chilling. You know, maybe I'm a little tired, maybe I'm a little groggy or whatever. But like, if I'm doing something I like doing in the morning before I have to leave and go engage with the world, I'm very happy. You know, not happy like I'm swinging my feet on a swing set, singing a song. I don't know if I don't know if I'm capable of being that happy, but like I'm good, man. I'm doing something awesome. I'm doing something good. It means something. You know, it's a meaningful activity. That's where I find happiness. That's where I find joy, in as much as I'm a joyful person. Then when I leave and go into the world, it's just a bombardment of things that I perceive to be stupid, people I perceive to be stupid, actions that I perceive to be stupid. And then my mind gets twisted up on that. And that's a bad negative mindset. Obviously, like I just said, you know, there's this conception out there that we ought to. There's an ought to, there's an imperative. I ought to wake up grateful. I ought to wake up happy. I ought to wake up excited. You know, switching the mentality of I have to do this thing to I get to go do this thing, making it a privilege, making it more meaningful in that way. And I don't have that. Try as I may to develop it, I just don't have it. What I do have is a cynicism. Maybe I'm just in a season of it where I'm just looking around at the world, shaking my head. But here's the trippy part, man. Because if that's how I'm thinking, that means the world's looking at me and they're shaking their head, saying, "Look at this stupid idiot." It's got to be the case. It's got to be the case. So, what do we do with all this stuff? What do we do with all this stuff? And why does it matter? It matters, I guess, to me because I'm just always tripped up on, you know, we know facts don't care about your feelings and all that shit. And feelings can be tyrannical. You know, it shouldn't, the way you feel about anything. Welcome to like, you know, personal development 101. The way you feel doesn't really matter. The feeling can be used as a supplement. Oftentimes, though, feelings can function as an obstacle. So, what do you do? What do you do with it no matter what? Do the thing. Whatever that thing is, it's still got to get done. Whether I feel like working out or not, I know that I got to go work out. Why do I got to go work out? Could I just take a rest day? I could, but every time I do that, I'm like, man, I should have. Later on in the day, I'm like, I didn't need to rest that bad. I didn't need it that bad. It's just like eating shitty food. You know, the feeling is, man, I want that cheat meal. I want that just gratuitous example, this buffet of garbage because it's going to make me feel good. And it doesn't. And you know, rationally, it's not gonna. At least this is stuff I think about, man. This is stuff that I encounter all the time. And if I'm here on the internet just talking, improvising, just what's on my mind, be a lot easier just to be like, nothing's on my mind. Let me just go blank because I'm not really feeling it today. Let me not try and put anything forward. I'll just skip it. How's that? I'll just skip the podcast because I don't feel like it. Well, if there's another old saying, what is it? How you do anything is how you do everything. And I always wonder if there's truth to that or not. How much of it's just a broad overarching principle versus an actual real thing. And what do we have? What do we have going into anything or everything? Anything and everything, even. You know, what you got is your own self and the attitude you bring to it with all the oughts and shoulds, the things that you're compelled, that you believe, you know, that's coming with you everywhere you go, doing whatever you're doing. And for most of us, at least for me, it kind of starts on a Monday. My Sunday's off. When I got a day off, man, I'm doing stuff that I like. I'm doing stuff that I think is important. I'm doing stuff that I think is trying to move the needle in my life, generally speaking, towards where I want to go. And then the other 6 days of the week, you know, I'm not working 12-hour days and I'm not out. As much as I bitch and moan about these construction sites and never ending chronic uh, allegedly unfixable roads out here. As much as I complain about it, that's kind of a grueling job. I'm not envious of the person whose job is to sit there in a high visibility t-shirt, flipping the sign with every single car driving past, mad at that person. Like it ain't that person's fault at all. That person is just that was what they're assigned to do. They have to tell people to go and slow down and stop, be on their little walkie-talkie. All right, we can switch it now. It's a one-lane road. They're cutting down trees or repaving the road or whatever in God's name they're doing because it never seems to end. It just doesn't end ever. And it's just maddening to me. But that's my fault. Because then when I'm approaching someone and they're like, "All right, slow down, slow down." My first thought as I'm driving, I'm like, "Man, don't fucking tell me to slow down. I see you. I can't miss you. You got the whole world in a state of shutdown. Don't worry, I'm stopping. I'm not just gonna cruise through." That poor dude, if I'm gonna bitch and moan about my job, that poor dude's probably like, "Man, another guy's mad at me for just doing my job." And it's a little absurd microcosm to even zone in on. Like, why would I even consider that? Well, I should, because when I'm freaking out all mad because I procrastinated even by a little 5, 10 minutes, you know, what I deem to be insignificant, what I deem to be too small to matter. There, that cascading effect starts just because I got to make a right turn and drive through a concurrent neighborhood instead of my usual route. Now, that what was just 5 minutes, oh, look at that. 5 minutes just turned to 13, which just ripped up my whole schedule, because I'm playing it too close to the edges. And if most of our work weeks or getting back to the world starts on a Monday, which is what most of us are, beat the rule of averages. I guess there's a lot of people that work on the weekends, obviously, and most businesses, but like, have a nice weekend. Can't wait for the weekend. My perception is a lot of people still operate with those 2 days not having to work. And then the other 5 days, this is the normal, typical thing. Monday's the great equalizer, though, unless you're one of those people that's off on Monday. I don't know. I don't know. Why do I spend so much time thinking about other people? This is a source of tension within myself. Think about other people and what they do and what they got and what they got going on. I should be worried strictly about myself, right? But then that's the trap of you're only worried about yourself. Do you ever pause and consider other people? Yeah, I pause and consider them when they're holding me up. That's for sure. So maybe it's just revealing, a revealing of an impatient, agitated disposition that is not good for me. And I know that. And I know that. Now, why am I talking about this in public? Improvised. Let the record show. There's no script. I'm just kind of pissing and moaning. And I would prefer not to piss and moan. I'd like to come out here and motivate, tell everybody they can go get out there and do it. And that's what I'm about to go do. By the time I hit the gym, I'm going to be in a little more. I'll take some more pre workout before I go, but I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna put some work on the table, dude. I'm gonna get that workout in and make it a fine, righteous Monday lift. And when I get to work, I got a job to do, and I'm gonna aim to do it well. And when I'm done work, I got things to do in my world to, like I'd said earlier, move the needle a little bit closer, generally speaking, in my life to where I want to go. And by the time 8:30, 9 o'clock rolls around the night, and hopefully around that time, I'll be able to wind down. And when I'm finishing my day, I'll say, you know what, I had a good day today. I got everything done that I needed to get done. You know, there wasn't much more that I had in me that I could have put out there. Job well done. I earned it. There's another old saying. I like old sayings. I like things that just go around, aphorisms, if you will. Fatigue is the best pillow. So when it's time to lay my head down at night, I'll say it was a good day. I didn't squander it. I didn't waste it. I didn't misallocate my time. Good. On to the next one. Let's get some rest. And then the whole thing begins again. And that's where I'm kind of concerned with myself. I guess you can do the things all you want. What's the next level up from just the doing of things? Because the doing of things is prime. That's the most important thing. I guess the next level up from that is, do you do them well? Do you do them as well as you can given your capacity to do them well? Then I guess the next level up in terms of refining and nuances, what was your attitude? What was your character? What was your disposition? What was your vibe? How were you doing the things that had to get done to whatever extent you could do them well? Ideally, I mean, happy, right? Is happy the pinnacle of in the hierarchy of human expression and human things? Is happiness, being happy, whistling while you work, being a joy to be around, doing things with a good, positive attitude. That's like the synthesis of all of it. And I think that's where we all kind of want to be, generally speaking. We want to do things that we like, that we find meaningful, that have their appropriate rewards and compensation, and we want to do them as well as we can. We want to do a good job in things that we do, especially if they're things we like and find meaning in doing. And we want to be happy while we do them. We want to be in a pleasant mood while we do them. But ain't it funny when you leave your house when, man, shit, for many of us out here, for many people, it's probably not even, they might not even have that reclusive ability to be happy within their own walls. I guess that's kind of a thing to be taken for granted. I can come home and relax and be like, I'm home, I'm good, I'm chilling. Not everyone has that. I don't know. It's just fascinating out here. It's just fascinating. Me and my buddy were talking yesterday about just all types of stuff, business and life and achievement and happiness and money and all that kind of stuff. Shout out my dude Seymour. I had a great hang with an old homie yesterday, and it just got me thinking a little bit. I tend to be concerned probably too much with, the materialistic side of life and, money and how to get some and how to really it comes down to meaningful pursuits of things that we find fulfilling. And in the absence of that, that absence being some type of weight that is like you bear it. You know what I mean? In the absence of a meaningful existence, there's something there. Hey, yo, what's up, buddy? Shout out, homie. Yeah, I mean, in the absence of like something meaningful to do, it's just that's the introduction to misery. That's the introduction to be like, man, fuck this, whatever it is, and it's all over the place. So I don't know. On a Monday, it's just like, all right, let's just get back to it. Let's just get back to it. And as I say that, 17 minutes in, damn, that went by quick. That went by quick. And of course, when my man pops in the chat, it's the end of the stream already, but that's all good. Got out here and talked to the people, man, just like I say I want to do. And if I say I want to do things and I'm compelled to do them, it behooves me to do them. Even if it would have been easier to be like, man, I'm not really feeling it today on this Monday. I'd rather sit on the patio and read my book. Of course, but you can't do that. Got to go handle what you got to go handle. So, as the pre workout is now thoroughly coursing through my veins, it's time to roll, man. Thanks for hanging out to anybody that's in this chat. Thanks to anybody just chilling here live on YouTube with me, Nikki B. Hannas. You can find this channel live on YouTube at BS with B. Hannas. I send it out to all podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, so on and so forth. It's out there. Shout out my audio listeners. You guys are real ones. I pop in there every now and then, see how that's doing. You guys are awesome. Thank you. You want to find me out on the internets at Heavy Blues Metal on Instagram. You want to hear the music? NikkiBHannas.com, NikkiBHannas.bandcamp.com, Nikki B. Hannas on all streaming services. Listen to it, drive fast, turn that shit up. I got links and stuff. All that stuff's down there in the description. If you like the channel, like it, subscribe. If not, that's all good. People like to talk shit on my sunglasses. Where'd you get those sunglasses? There's another guy on the internet in gas station sunglasses just telling us what to do. What do you do? You know what? That's a good argument. Go get you some ZZ Top. Go listen to ZZ Top. Get you some cheap sunglasses, dog. You want to give me money? Patreon links down there. If not, that's all good too. And you know what else bothers me on Mondays? It's like the universal day that landscapers come out. I just hear people blowing leaves around. I just hear the noise of leaf blowers in perpetuity. Leaf blowers and garbage trucks. But, first world problems, as they say. Fuck it. Onwards. Keep ripping. Keep it real. I'm out. Happy Monday. One love. Peace.